What's up, you guys? So it's getting kind of late, so I don't want to make this video too long, but I did want to come on here and just let you guys know of a few shows that are on Hulu and Netflix that I've been watching during this quarantine. So if you guys haven't watched them and you want to check them out, I'm just gonna name a few and I'll give a brief summary of what they're about. So first, if you have Hulu, we're gonna start with Ghost Whisper. So if you guys didn't see my introduction video, it really explains a lot. I love all things scary, mystery, and Ghost Whisper is one of them. Basically, it's about a woman who is able to see and speak with spirit. So she basically goes around and helps them cross over, helps them talk to their loved ones, helps them just get the closure they need before they have to go into the light. Really good show. I believe it's like 5 seasons. I'm kind of in between shows right now, so I don't really know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's about 5 seasons for that. Next up, we have One Tree Hill. This show is amazing. Mind you, it has like 11 seasons. This show has 11 seasons, and it is more so for like the teen crowd. It's about a bunch of high school kids and their drama. Obviously, after 11 years, they become adults, and it's basically goes on after the fact. You know, they all keep in touch. There's 2 basketball players on there, but they end up finding out that they are blood related. Actually, scratch that. They knew that they were related, but they didn't really get along. One lived with the mom, his mom, because they had the same dad, but different moms. And then the other one lived with his dad and his mom. So that's a really good show if you guys want to check that one out. I binge watched it maybe twice and I never get tired of it. Next up, we have Shark Tank. Now, this is more so for the older crowd. When I was in high school, actually, I had I believe it was economics. I had an economics class and we watched it in there. I'm pretty sure it was economics, but if I'm wrong, just, you know what, leave it at that. So basically, Shark Tank is about these big time investors who have a lot of money, and people go on the show and try to get the sharks to invest in their business. So either they do or they don't. Sometimes the sharks team up together for investment. Sometimes they go by themselves, and it's just like debates on, you know, what's good about the company, what's not good about the company. It's a pretty good show, and they have a lot of seasons, so that's definitely something to check out if you want to check it out. Next up, Catfish. I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys have seen Catfish, so I don't really even feel like I have to explain what Catfish is about. But if you don't know, it's basically about, mind you, backstory. The man who hosts the show Catfish was actually catfished himself, so he came out with the show where he gets emails from people, and if they feel like they're being catfished, he will go to their hometown or they'll come to him, and he'll try to figure out who's behind that camera, aka catfisher, or maybe they sometimes turn out to not be a catfish. Who knows? Next up, we've got Awkward. This is a good show. Actually, it was on MTV. Obviously, they don't air anymore, but it is a really good show about a high school teenage girl who is a bit awkward. She's not really popular, but she is dating this guy on the down low, and she's basically trying to figure out where she fits in life. She has 2 best friends, and I can't really explain it too much. It's a pretty good show. So if you want to check it out, I definitely go ahead and check that out. Mind you, all the shows that I just named are from Hulu. I don't believe any of these shows are on Netflix, which is why I did like a Hulu section and a Netflix section. So if you guys don't have Hulu, you can watch the Netflix. You can watch the Netflix shows. If you don't have Netflix, you can watch the Hulu shows. If you have either or if you have both, watch them all. Quarantine should be lifted within a few weeks, so whatever you can get into it. So next I'm going to be doing the Netflix shows. So I have a few on here. I'm just going to name them. By the way, I keep looking down because I have them written down on this notepad here. So we have The Office. Now, if you don't know what The Office is, it is a really good show, especially if you need a good laugh. It is about a manager. He's different. That's the best way I could put it. He's very different, and he has this crew, and basically it's just like their daily lives. Like, they rarely ever show anything outside of the actual office area that they work in, Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, but it's a really good show. Super, super funny. Actually, if you guys have ever seen 40-Year-Old Virgin, I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. The 40-Year-Old Virgin is Michael off of The Office, which is the manager. So, next up we have Love is Blind. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen this because it's actually trending, or was trending. Basically, Love is Blind is about these people. There's a group of them that come in, and basically what they do is go into these rooms, and they can't see each other, but they can hear each other, and they communicate with each other. So basically it's like trying to figure out your connection with someone outside of appearance. And I feel like in today's society that's very important, because a lot of people look at appearance first, and you know the term when they say you can't judge a book by its cover, but let's be real here, most of us do. That kind of, it takes that factor out of it. You're getting to know someone for their true self. So next up we have New Girl. That was another favorite show of mine. It's about a girl who she came home to find her boyfriend cheating, and she ends up like moving in with these 4 guys because there was an ad on Craigslist or so, and they were looking for a roommate, and she needed somewhere to live considering she left her boyfriend who she lived with because he cheated. And it's basically about their daily life. She has a best friend who's a supermodel, and just, you know, their everyday lives, trying to get to know each other. And she ends up falling in love with one of the roommates, but that's like later on down the line, and they keep like missing their exit. He loved her too. I don't want to ruin it, but you should watch it. Next up, we have The Fosters. Okay, this show has to be one of my favorites. It's got a lot of drama in there, a lot of situations, I'll just say that. It's basically about, to best put this, it is about 2 women who are married, and one of them is a cop. She has a biological son, and they adopted 2 teenagers, but they adopted them when they were kids. So then there's this other girl who comes into their lives, and they take her in, and then they find out she has a brother, take him in, and basically it's just their daily lives and the drama that comes along with it. I really enjoy that show. I think it's a great show to watch, and it has a few seasons if you want to binge watch it. Last but not least, we have The Circle. So The Circle, it kind of reminds me of Love is Blind, but take out the love part. Basically, this show is about a bunch of, I actually think it might be about 10 of them. I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I've seen it. But it's about a group of people who make online profiles, and they can only talk to each other through these profiles. You can hear their voice. Oh no, I'm sorry, you can't even hear their voice. You can't hear their voice because some of them, they're catfishes. They disguise themselves as the opposite sex, or they might just not look how they perceive their profile to be. So basically people get eliminated, like the group will decide who they want to eliminate each week, or I don't know if they do it every day, and basically they do that until they get to the end and pick a winner, and then everyone gets to meet up and find out who they've been talking to the whole time. So that's a really good show to watch also. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, if you guys can see, I've got some chai tea, which is delicious. I love chai tea. But yeah, that's about it. Those are the shows that I'm currently watching, or have watched. If you guys want to check them out, this is just a little quarantine talk, you know, shows that you can watch. The quarantine or home protection order should be lifted within a few weeks. I'm not exactly sure. I know out here in Michigan, where I'm at, the governor is going to be lifting it May 15th. It was April 30th, but now we're at May 15th. So for those of you guys who are going to be off work for a while or work from home, if you want to check those TV shows out, I definitely recommend it. So that's about it, guys. All right, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe.